And coming up next, get the skinny on Jay Leno's new primetime gig.
Is he staying at NBC? How much is he going to be making? What time can you watch him? We've got all the dish coming up in your skinny.
ABC's World News Now will continue after this from our ABC stations.
And the Union League of Philadelphia unveiled its official historical portrait of President Bush over the weekend. Take a look. Here's the picture here. You know, you see that pose? It looks a little awkward. Remember this in China? Remember the door shut? Remember the door shut? Watch what he does here.
So funny.
Well, speak of the devil, we have all the skinny on Jay Leno.
Yes, we do.
So many people have been wondering what's going to happen next year. Of course, there was all this speculation Conan could be taking over the Late Show. Turns out that all of you Leno fans can breathe a sigh of relief. He will be staying on NBC. He will be staying in prime time, but it's a different time slot. Instead of 11:35, where we normally see him, he'll now be 10 p.m. And the show will be very similar. They're going to keep headlines. They're going to keep jaywalking. But the biggest news out of this is, you know, all those other networks that were courting Jay Leno, they didn't win. NBC was able to hold on to him. And there are rumors, how much could he possibly be making? Some people are saying it could be up to $30 million a year, which breaks down to $3 million an episode. Now, if he move to this 10 p.m., which he is, he will be head-to-head against a former WNN anchor, Mr. Anderson Cooper. Listen to what Anderson had to say about the head-to-head.
You think he's worried about going up against AC?
I think he's a little worried.
I would
think,
be if I were him.
yeah, he's got to be a little worried going up against us. But you know what?
We
We're
welcome
ready.
the competition.
We'll take him.
Bring it on, Jay.
Bring it on, Jay.
They're
You
not
can
afraid of
see
Jay.
a very confident Anderson Cooper. So good news, though, we'll get to keep seeing Jay Leno.
So the big question is, will Jay Leno save the network?
Yeah.
Will he save NBC?
Well, you know, all of this is part of the economy. NBC is saying they had to cut some of their really expensive shows like ER.
Right.
And so by ushering in this, it's sort of a cheaper show. This could, like you said, save the network.
Also on NBC, Jimmy Fallon, you know, is replacing Conan O'Brien because Conan O'Brien is replacing Jay Leno. And Jimmy Fallon, only 34 years old. He was on Saturday Night Live. Now, the interesting thing about Jimmy Fallon is he won't replace Conan O'Brien until March of '09. But he has started a vlog, a video blog, on the website over there at NBC, and he's just setting up what his show is going to look like, talking about his set, talking about what the show is going to be like,
that's kinda
his
cool.
new band. It is cool.
I mean, you get kind of a backstage
He's giving
sneak
viewers
peek.
a little sneak peek of what's to come for Jimmy Fallon when he takes over for Conan O'Brien.
And his band, The Roots. I guess you also hear a little snippet from his band in there. Who knew he even had a band? Everybody has a band now, though, right?
You don't have a band?
I don't have one yet. I can't sing. That's part of the problem. Okay, so Heath Ledger, Willis, probably your favorite actor this year. How many times did you go see Dark Knight?
5 times.
What did you think of Ledger's performance?
Excellent.
Top-notch performance. Everyone agrees with you, apparently, because the late Australian actor is now going to be awarded one of his country's most prestigious film awards on Saturday, of course, for that role in The Joker. And if you saw the movie, Willis, it's supposedly, it's a really dark performance, isn't it?
It was very dark.
Yeah,
He
so.
stole the show when he came on the screen.
And they say that the guests in the theater rose to their feet, clapping, some in tears, because, of course, I mean, it's really incredible to see someone.
Yeah, I know
who's
his
passed
sister was
away.
pretty emotional about the whole thing. Let me just mention really quickly here, let's talk about ABC, because, you know, the New Year's coming up, and the New Year's Rockin' Eve is coming up. That's a big show, and Ryan Seacrest, again, is hosting this year. Dick Clark apparently will make a performance as the co-host. It's a big show with the Jonas Brothers, Taylor Swift, so you got to tune in for that. That'll be all coming up in just a couple of weeks.
Before we go, one correction. Jay Leno's salary, staying with NBC, we talked about it earlier in the show, it is $30 million a year.
It's a whole lot of
correct
money.
myself and make sure you know how much Leno's making. That's the news for this half hour. More news coming up.